Hey guys, I'm back with another video. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe, and then check the description box below for my other socials and where to follow. Anyway, let's get into this video. I am going to be doing a rap with me video, but I'm also going to be giving tips within this rap video and rap tutorial so that my new Pixie girlies and my new beginners can have some good tips to obtain a good mold for their Pixie. So yes, the first thing you want to do is start with some freshly washed hair. Clean hair is key for the best mold look. You can definitely do a quick mold, like if you're just trying to run out the door and you're just trying to, like, I did a tutorial on like one of those type molds, but like for the best mold, you definitely want to start with clean hair. Conditioning and shampoo does matter. I use Shea Moisture conditioning and shampoo. That's what I use. So yes, you want to make sure your hair is fully clean and combed out, detangled, should I say. For people like me, I probably cut my hair almost 2 months ago. And I did relax it the first time I cut it, but now my relaxer is growing out. I really don't want to put another relaxer in. So I'm going to try to just continue to do cut pixie molds and curls without the relaxer. If I do decide to put another one in, you guys will be the first to know, and I will do a video letting you know when my hair is relaxed. If I do the mold, I'll let you know whether or not I relaxed it. But this is about 2 months old, so I don't have a new fresh relaxer, but I'm definitely in need of one. But I'm gonna try to rock out without it, y'all, because I really think I'm just gonna let my hair go back. But anyway, so yes, detangle your hair. Another key to a good mold is the comb that you use. This side, the teeth are a little wider, so it's good for like just the tangling. The longer hair, it's good for that. I also detangle with like my regular comb. And then you also, for the mold portion, definitely want a finer comb with smaller teeth, so that you can really achieve a good, like, you can make sure all of the mold, the wrap set and lotion is within your hair, and you can kind of comb it through the strands to achieve the mold that you want. So you can start by combing your hair kind of in the direction that you know you want the mold to go. That way you can, achieve, you won't have to, your hair won't be drying in the process of you trying to figure out how you want to style it. So that's like a big thing before you start. Kind of make sure your hair is kind of styled the way that you want it to be styled. Just a little, so that the mold down is a little easier. Because my next key is to make sure your hair, of course, is fully saturated, and also make sure it's not drying in the process of you trying to mold it, because that was my biggest mistake. But I'll explain more on that. Just make sure you do part your hair the way that you want to part it, the way that you want to wear it, and the way that you want to mold it. I have, again, for all my people who've been following me, this shorter piece of my hair that I'm trying to get to grow back. So it kind of conflicts with my molds a little bit, but that's what that is. That part is damaged, and I wanted my hair to kind of be a little longer. So I didn't cut much of that part off. I'll just kind of pull my stuff to the side as of right now. So yes, next step is to get a wrap set lotion. That's a good tip for you. I've tried Lotta Body. I love it. I tried Nairobi. Nairobi has been my favorite thus far. But Lotta Body is good if you're on a budget. It's like $4 on Amazon. Definitely a good wrapping lotion. This one is a little bit more, a couple more dollars. So, but this is one of my favorites. I will say this is a go-to. This is one of my favorites. This one is a new one, Care, that I'll be trying. If you know me, you know that I have a couple of their products. I have their Curl and Wax. I have their 6-in-1 Thermal Protecting and Shine serum. I have their Slick Stick, and this is the wrap set lotion. I do want to also try their shampoo and conditioner. But yeah, so make sure your hair is damp, and then go in with your foam set lotion. A good tip for beginners is you can saturate your whole hair if you like, if you feel like you can mold quickly. If you don't feel like you can mold quickly, saturate portions of your hair and then mold it in the way that you want it to go. Because one of the key tips to a good mold you kind of got to work fast. You don't want to mold your hair and the Wrap Set lotion is drying as you're molding because you're not sure how to mold, or you're still trying to achieve like swoops and you know, finger waves and things like that, but you're not sure how to do it, because once your mold starts to dry in, it gets hard to maneuver the hair, and then now you're just stuck with like a, you know, just a regular mold, which is okay if you plan to curl. But if you like to wear your mold as a mold, excuse me, and you want some finger waves and C curls and a little pizzazz to your mold, then you definitely want to be mindful of saturating your forehead and not being able to maneuver the hair before the Wrap lotion dries, if that makes sense. I'm going to do my whole head because I kind of got an idea of what I want to do. I'm not big on all the finger waves throughout the head. I'm still learning that process, but I do like to kind of design my front a little bit, so that's what I'm going to work on. But yeah, I already kind of have my part in, and I'm going to start the molding. My back is kind of easy because I can see the short part, so I can just mold it down. This side doesn't really show much from the way that I mold. My main concern was just like my part on this side. So I'm going to get started. Make sure your hair is fully saturated. Don't be scared to use the mold. That is a big key. Make sure you get all within the crevices. You get all the hair. Because if you don't, it's going to be hard to mold. So, I like to make sure it's all in there. Right? Take your smaller portion of your comb and you can start molding. It smells so good, guys. This is my first time using this one, remember, so I don't know how exactly this one is going to turn out because this is my first time using it. It smells really good. I will say that this one smells the best out of all the products that I use. And you want to make sure you're working the mold all the way in for the flattest look. So don't just do the ends. Make sure you're working it all the way in from roots to ends. All right, now that it's laying, I can kind of start. Goodness gracious. We'll work on that later because I don't want this to dry. The biggest key is do not let this dry without having your mold, because this stuff dries fast. I like my side to come towards the front. All right. This side. And I don't do my back straight down. I kind of do it towards my ears, like in an outward motion, because it lays flatter that way, I've realized. See, it's all the way worked in this part, so now I can kind of start shaping my mold. So I will say, working with this one, it's kind of looser. One sec. So yes, that's what I was saying. I will say working with this one, it's kind of looser. Than the Nairobi. The Nairobi foam is a little bit thicker, which I think I really like that for that reason. I think I like Nairobi a little better than this one. This one is really thin, and I don't think I care for that too much. The Nairobi is thicker. And I'm getting somewhere, as you can see, kind of learning how to. Now for the, you know, the C curls, you can use the rat tail comb. To kind of achieve, you know, some more some look. Okay. Okay. So that's the next step. And honestly, certain rape lotions, like for me, my hair just kind of already waves up. So I don't have to do too much definition in my hair because it kind of waves up a little bit already. The next step is to make sure you tie this down really tight. I use about 4 to 5 strips. I'm going to try to do this in 4 because I know I can OD on the strips. But that's another tip. Make sure your paper is tightly wrapped. And I think always start this way first because this is the main key to the mold. Like I said, try to make it as tight as you can because that is key. And I usually use some of the foaming lotion to hold this down. See, it'll hold it down for you. So that's another little tip. And then I'll do this again. I'll just come up a little more. And again, tight as you can without tearing the paper. Take some of your mousse or your wrap lotion. Do it again to kind of hold it in place. And then you want to go downward and tie. That tore a little bit because my hand still is wet from the wrap lotion. And I may actually have to do a last one. I actually had to use 5 because we still got this part of my hair. Last tie down. And then there you go. There you have it. Tied down. I'm just going to bring one around the back again and tie it. This is optional. You do not have to do it. All right. Now it is dryer time. That is another key. Make sure, please, 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 make sure your hair is fully dry. Unfortunately, a mold, to get the best mold results, especially if you plan to curl afterwards, you definitely want to make sure your hair is fully dry. So yes, that's it. I'm going to go get my dryer. I'm probably going to set another dryer for about 30 minutes because I want it to be completely dry, and then I'll come back with the results and you guys can see, and we can kind of discuss this care care, and I'll go back on the tips, a quick overview on the tips after I dry. Be right back. Hey guys, so I'm back. I should be fully dry by now. Yeah, again, make sure you set in the dryer for the allotted amount of time that you need, because if it's not dried, your Pixie is not going to lay the way that you want it to. So let's see what we're working with under this, guys. Oh, I should have done this one first. Ooh. Oh, yeah, okay, okay. This is a nice mold, okay. Yes. So the only thing I forgot to tell y'all, because I could not find it, is the 6-in-1 thermal care that I use, make sure you use like a little spray heat protectant on your mold before you wrap it, before you set it in the dryer, just to protect your hair from the heat. I did forget to do that. That's another tip. But now that it's done, I'm just going to, I have a mixture of like a lot of oils. I'm just going to put that on here. I'm actually going to wear my mold for a couple days. Because I like my hair molded like this. And here's the back. And here's the front. And guys, this is it. I actually like the Care. I actually think that this is up there with the Nairobi. I actually like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, it's just a quick run through of the tips again. First step, clean hair. Make sure your hair is clean. Make sure, you know, you get a good shampoo and conditioner. Stick with it. The next one, make sure you're using a small comb with small teeth. You don't want nothing super wide. Teeth close together. Small comb. Make sure you have access to a rat tail to create those little swoops. Make sure you're using a brand of wrapping and foaming lotion that is good for your hair texture and works for you. This is an example of the comb. I used Care this time, but Nairobi is also good. And if you're on a budget, Lotta Body is perfect as well. Then last but not least, make sure your hair is, when you're molding it, make sure you are definitely not letting your wrapping and setting lotion dry. Make sure you're doing your swoops and everything while it is fully saturated, and do not let it dry. So you got to kind of swoop and everything really quickly so that it doesn't dry, because if it starts to dry while you're molding, you're not going to really get the mold that you want. And then more softer towards the front to kind of swoop it. You don't kind of dig the comb in here to create those swoops. You just kind of go across the top. Make sure your hair is fully combed out and saturated with the mousse. The satin lotion. And then last but not least, make sure you set it in the dryer for a lot amount of time. Make sure it is fully dry. Do not work on semi-dry hair. If you rush, you're not going to really get the mold and flat look that you really want. And then last but not least, make sure you got a good oil. Keep your hair moisturized. Make sure you use a good heat protectant before you sit under the dryer. And yes, that's my tips for an amazing molded nice pixie. Here we go again. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.